Well, good morning, everybody. I'm back. Yep, it's me. We're back again. Um, Hope everyone's doing well, safe, and healthy. Um, I know this is trying times. I keep saying it, but it's getting better. It's getting better. We're looking towards May 8th. Hopefully, some things can open up. Um, It'll be a while for us to get back together, but this is good. This is working. I just want to take this time to thank everybody for participating, and I think this is helping us to be our normal. I mean, this is not normal, being in a room by myself, but it's become normal and we're coping. And I love your feedback. Keep it coming. Um, let's take this time to thank all the grocery workers, the first responders, the nurses, the doctors, everybody that's on the front lines helping you to get your groceries or keep healthy. I know this is isolating for a lot of people, but don't let it be. If the news is bothering you, turn it off. Just turn it off. Listen to some nice music and just go with it because it's too saturating. Yes, listen to what the new rules are because they keep changing, but don't dwell on it and don't listen all the time because it's depressing. But don't get in that hole. You're here. We're going to have fun. We're going to work hard. Um, I like to do some balancing. So have a chair handy if you choose. Um, if not, you can sit on the mat, on the chair, on the ceiling. Don't matter to me because I can't see what you're doing. But whatever you do, I want you to have fun. I want you to stretch and keep moving. Even if you want to watch me, if you choose to, um, like during the week, if it's my class is too long because I don't have time to stop and talk to anybody because there's nobody here, um, pause me, go back after. Do whatever you want. Do whatever's comfortable for you. Make sure you have water handy. And we're going to get started. So whether you're on the mat or on the chair, please have your back nice and straight as possible. Rest your palms on your thighs, palms up or palms down, whatever comfortable for you. And just breathe. And breathe in that nasty air. Unfortunately, we have to breathe it in, but we also can breathe it out and let it go. And do that a lot during the day. It keeps your lungs healthy. And bring your palms together to your heart center. And inhale your head up. And exhale your head down. And think about the day and the week and the weekend ahead. And always remember, treat the janitors just like you do the CEOs. They're no different. They might make more money, but they're people. And inhale up. And we're going to come to standing. So we're going to put the chair at the short edge of the mat. So if you want to feel for the short edge of the mat, feel your foot. have the seat facing you. So put your knees up against the chair so you can feel it. So you feel the seat. And we're always going to start with stretching. So we're going to inhale both arms up to the ceiling. I'm going to face forward. And over to the right, both arms over to the right. And turn your head up to the sky. Or turn it up. And then come up to center. And both arms over to the left. Feel that nice stretch in the right. And then come up. And then come back a little bit, do a back bend. Now this is the first back bend we're doing, so go easy. And come up. And then back bend a little more. And then come up. And then place your hands in back of you and hold on to your hands in back. Arms are down in back of you. Push your hips forward, your thighs forward, and come into your back bend. And then slowly come up. I gotta move my chair before I hit my head on it. Keep your hands clasped in back of you. And we're gonna come into a forward bend. So push your hips back now. Just a little bit. And stay right here if this is your forward bend. If you don't like your hands in back of you, place them by your side. Always remember, this is your yoga. And then come down a little more. And then come down a little more. Bend your knees as you need to. And you know we're all going to get, because we're so special, we're going to get our forehead to our knee, chest to our thigh. And if you can, inhale your arms up and back. And then lower your arms. Slowly come up. Everybody, last thing to come up. Right, your head. Just take a breath. And let's do that again. Inhale your arms up near your ears. Push your hips forward, your thighs forward, and come into a back bend. And then come up. You're just waking up your spine. And then push your hips back and come into a forward bend. And then slowly come up. And take a breath. Now face front, if you were facing the short edge of the mat, and place your right foot out to the side and your left, so your feet are more than hip width distance apart. So you can feel, here's your hips, feel your hips, and run your hands down your legs so you can feel. And feel your toes that they're pointing out a little bit. Palms forward. And then hinge forward and walk your hands down your legs just a little bit till you feel the stretch. And then walk them down a little more. And then if you can get your palms to your feet, now you might want to spread your feet out a little more. And place your palms to the mat. You can bend your knees as you need to, or get your top of your head to the mat or the floor. And then come up, and then walk your hands over to the right foot. And then come to center, and then over to the left, and then center, and then heel toe your feet together so they're hip distance apart. Place your hands on your shins and walk your hands up, nice and slow. And breathe. Take a drink of water. So as we always say, our balance, since we lost our vision, or people that have no vision, I'm sure you're off balance at times. So we're going to do some balance poses. Have the chair ready if you need to. Balance is very important because if you feel like you're going to fall, just remember, don't go on the outside of your foot. Just try to put your foot down flat. I mean, if you fall and break your hip, it's going to be the worst thing in the world. So practice balancing at home. If you're doing the dishes, hold on to the counter or back of the chair. So we're going to extend our arms out to a T. We're going to extend our right toes on the mat out to the side. We're going to do tree. We're going to bring our right ankle to meet our left. Palms up. And stay right here. This might be your tree. Or slide that right foot up your inner left thigh. And breathe. And lower your right foot and lower your hands. Now for those that are sighted, for balance, I always tell you to look down and forward a little bit. Don't look up. At the Y we have mirrors. Never look in the mirror because that's when you're going to fall. Try to focus on a spot on the floor a little bit ahead of you and down. So inhale your arms out to the side to a T. Now turn the right ankle to meet the left. Left ankle meet the right. Sorry, you knew it was going to happen. And then slowly slide that left foot up your inner right thigh. And breathe. Don't hold your breath while you're balancing. And then left foot down, arms down, palms forward. You know the word, breathe. Now we're going to inhale our arms up. So palms touch overhead. Bring your elbows close together. So feel your thumbs are right near your nose. And then bring them away. So your elbows are very close. And stay right here. That might be your eagle arms, because eagle arms are very hard on the shoulders. So I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see. So we're going to tuck the left elbow into the right and twist our hands. Or stay with your palms together. Whatever comfortable for you. We're going to cross the right leg over the left. I'm going to bump at my mat. And stay right here. So you're on your right toes. And already you're going to feel a little wobbly because this is not how you stand. Squat down and wrap that right knee around the left. If you get out of the pose, get back in it. And then release the right foot. Inhale your arms up and out, palms forward. And then inhale your arms up, elbows close, close, close together. This time the left arm is a cradle, so tuck the right elbow into the left. Take a breath. Cross the right leg over the left and stay right here. Or squat down and wrap the left knee around the right. And breathe. And then left foot down. Inhale your arms up and exhale them down, palms forward. Now turn to the short edge of the mat, and I always have you feel for the short edge with your foot or your hand. I gotta get rid of this bump in my mat before I fall. We're gonna come into dancer. So you might, if you have a chair, turn it around and hold on to the back of the chair with both hands. Let's all start that way. We're a little bit away from the chair. And bend the right knee up and back and hold on to the right foot with your right hand. And stay right here for your dancer. Or hinge forward. Kick that right leg up and back. And let go of the chair. And then come down. Take a breath, hold on. And you notice one side is better than the other. I can balance much better on the left. If you get out of the pose, fall out of it, don't get frustrated, just get back in it. And to the left, hold on to the chair with the right hand and hold on to your left foot with your left hand up and back. Come forward. Kick that left leg up and back and let go of the chair. And then right palm down, left foot down. Hold on to the chair and take a breath. Now we're going to move the chair and we're going to walk our hands down just till we feel the stretch. And walk them down a little more. And then place your palms to the mat and gently place your right knee to the mat and the left, and now you're in table. And remember, in table, your wrists are over your shoulders, so everybody feel your shoulders and run them down so you're in line with your wrist. If you're out like this, you can feel it. So don't go out on an angle because you'll hurt yourself. And we're going to do a couple of cat and cows. So arch your back up to the ceiling, angry cat. And then drop your belly to cow. and then angry cat and cow. And then one more cat and hold it. If you want to put your cat on the back of you, go ahead. They have goat yoga. And then drop your belly to cow. I wouldn't want to do yoga with a cow. No. And then come back to neutral spine and breathe. Now we're back in table. You can feel the short edge of the mat. We're going to extend the right leg out and back. We're going to come on to our sole of our foot. The left knee is bent on the mat. We're going to inhale the right arm up to the ceiling and stay right here, or left foot meets the right. So you're balancing on your left arm. And then right palm down, left knee, right knee, table. And the B word, breathe. And then turn to the left. So now it's left leg extended back. And stay right here. Right knee is on the mat, or extend that left arm up to the ceiling. And then right leg meets the left. So you're balancing on your right arm. And then place the left palm down, right knee, left knee. Sit your hips back to your heels. And place your palms on your thighs. And just breathe. And then come back to the short edge of the mat. And curl your toes. We all know our downward dog. Sit your hips back to your heels. And push your body up. So your head's between your arms. Your hips are high. Your heels are high. And then slowly lower your heels to the mat. And then lift the right leg up and lower. And lift the left leg up and lower. Now both. No, I'm kidding. Now step your feet back a little more and push your body forward and come into plank. So in plank, your back should be nice and straight. If it's too much on your shoulders, just go down on your belly. And come back to downward dog. And plank. And downward dog and hold it. And plank and hold it. And then come back to downward dog. Now, lift your right leg up. Turn and put your right foot to the floor in back of you. This is called Wild Thing. And inhale your right arm up. So your right sole is on the mat, Your left leg is extended back. Your left palm is on the mat, and your right arm is up to the ceiling. Wild thing. Told you I don't make these up. And then place the right palm down, right foot back to downward dog. And lift the left leg up. Turn to the left. Gently place that left sole to the mat. And inhale your left arm up to the ceiling. And then left palm down, left foot down, downward dog. And then bring your knees to the mat and come into child pose. And then come back up. And then we're going to come to our seats. I know you're going to love me. No bicycle yet. I said yet. And we're going to tuck our hands in back of our knees. We're going to lean back a little bit. Not so much that you're going to fall over. So your heels are on the mat. And you're going to lift the right leg up and lower. And then lift the left leg up and lower. And now both. Stay here or let go. This is boat. Like a sailboat, I guess. And then hold on to your knees. Feet to the mat. And wrap your arms around your knees. And now you're going to tuck your hands inside your knees. Either hold on to your feet. Easy if I do this. Hold on to your feet, or I like to get my peace fingers, wrap them around my big toe, and cap it off with my thumb. Each foot. So my elbows are into my knees, inside my legs. And we're going to lean back a little bit. If I fall back, I'm going to fall on these chairs, but. And we're going to lift the right leg up and the left, so your body is in like a V. And breathe. And then bring your feet down, knees together, and just rock back and forth. And then come to center. And then extend your legs on the mat. Make sure your feet are nice and flexed. And inhale your arms up. Make a little basket with your hands if you choose to. Hinge at your hips and come into a forward bend. I know the microphone's right there, so I'll be quiet. And then let go of your feet. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then walk your hands up. And breathe. Now bring your soles together. If this is uncomfortable, just cross your ankles. So bring your soles together and hold on to your feet. And then tuck the right hand under the right hand and left hand under your legs. So you're holding on to your ankles. Lean back, your soles are together, and stay right here. Or lift your feet off the mat. And then spread your hands into flower. Beautiful flowers. No, I don't see how this is a flower, but and then lower them down. And then place your hands on your feet and just breathe. Now try to bring your feet closer to your body. Place your palms to the mat and slowly walk them down just till you feel the stretch. Always do this gradually. Now you should feel a tremendous stretch in your inner thighs. And then walk it down a little more. And then a little more. And yes, forehead to feet. And then slowly walk it up. And take a breath. And then bring your knees together. Wrap your arms around your knees. And forehead to your knees. And then slowly come up. And we can get up and down because Catherine's not in the room. Don't tell her. So we're going to place our hands on the mat. And we're going to slowly come back up to standing. Palms forward. And take a breath. So we're going to turn to the short edge of the mat. Again, feel for the short edge. And if you need the chair, hold on to the chair. But we're going to do some warriors. We're going to step the right foot forward and the left back. So you know you're in line if you have your right foot at the edge of the mat and your left foot, you can feel your heel at the edge of the mat angled in. Always angle that back foot, that back leg. Then turn your hips to the short edge of the mat. So you felt for the short edge, feel your hips. If they're crooked this way, then turn them. Now dig very deep into that right knee. And then straighten it. And then dig into it a little more. And straighten it. By keeping your hands on your hips is keeping your hips squared to the short edge. And dig a little more. And this is our warrior one. We're not going to raise our arms up because I want your hips to be squared. And then slowly straighten it up. Now turn your hips so they're at the long edge of the mat. So you can feel that turn so you're facing forward. And again, dig into that knee and turn your head to the right. And then straighten that knee and come up. Keep your hands on your hips so you know they're squared to the long edge of the mat for Warrior Two. And dig into that right knee. And then turn your head to the right. And then slowly come up. And then one more time, dig into that right knee. Squaring your hips, because they want to turn, but turn them with your hands and turn your head to the right. And then straighten that leg. Right foot meets the left. Keep your hands on your hips. If they get tired, put them down. And breathe. Now we're going to turn to the other short edge of the mat. We're going to step the left foot forward. So feel for the edge of the mat and you can feel your left foot. That's how I know I'm in line. And then step the right leg back so I can feel my right heel on the edge of the mat. So my hips are facing forward. I'm going to turn them to the short edge of the mat. I feel the short edge. I feel my hips. Now dig into that left knee. And then come up. And dig in a little more. When I say dig in, I mean bend. And then come up. And then dig in a little more, as much as you can. You should feel a stretch in the back of your right leg. Got it? And then come up. Take a breath. Keep your feet where they are. Just turn your hips. So feel for the long edge of the mat. Feel your hips are facing front. Dig into that left knee and turn your head to the left. And then come up. Your hips want to go that way, but push them back. So it's left hip back, right hip back, left forward. And then dig into that knee, left knee, and then come up. And then one more time, dig into that left knee. Turn your head to the left and breathe. And then slowly come up, face forward, and right foot meets the left. Palms forward, breathe, take a drink. Now for triangle, it's pretty much the same, only you're not going to dig into that knee. Same way of moving your hips. So it's right foot forward, left foot back. And stay right here. Your hips are to the long edge of the mat. So feel the long edge, feel your hips. Don't dig into that knee, but have a little bend in it. Place your arms by your side. And then arms out to a T. Hinge towards the right. So it's right arm forward, left arm back. Pushing that left hip back, right hip forward. And then right palm down, left arm up to the ceiling into triangle. And then slowly come up. Now keep your feet where they are, just flip them. So now your left foot is facing the short edge of the mat. That's all you did, was flip your feet. Turn your hips. That left knee is not bent, just a little. Extend your arms out to a T. Hinge towards the left as much as you can. And left palm down, right palm up. Into triangle. And then slowly come up. Hands on your hips. And left foot meets the right. And take a breath. Now we're going to turn to the short edge of the mat. Our arms are by our side. We're going to place the right foot forward and the left leg back. So now you're on the top, you're on your toes of your left foot. Your right foot is facing the short edge of the mat. If it's uncomfortable on your toes, flatten your foot. Bring your palms together. Turn to the right so it's left elbow on right knee. Sideward prayer. And then place the left palm to the mat and right arm to the ceiling. And then flatten that foot, that left foot, and slowly come up. Take a breath and flip your feet. So now your left toes are pointing to the short edge of the mat. Your right leg is back. You're going to dig into that left knee. Square your hips to the short edge of the mat. Bring your palms together and stay right here. Or come up onto your right toes. Turn to the left. Now it's right elbow to left knee. And then right palm down to the mat and left arm straight up to the ceiling. And then flatten that right foot and slowly come up. Feet together, palms forward. And we're going to walk our hands down till we feel the stretch. And walk them down a little more. And forehead to knee. And then slowly walk it up. How are we doing? Good? Thank you, Tom and Ray, for setting up the room. I know it's different every week. You know, I get bored. Next week, I need you to bring either a belt or if you have a strap, we're going to do that. And then walk your hands down. And then place your palms to the mat. And slowly place your seat to the mat. And turn on the mat so your legs are extended out. And we're going to place our right forearm down and our left. And we're going to lie down. No, it's not Shavasana yet. And bring your soles to the mat. Try to bring your heels as close to your hips as possible. So I can feel my heels with my fingers. But if that's not comfortable for you, don't do it. We're going to come into a series of bridge. So we're going to inhale our hips up off the mat just a very little bit. And then lower it. And then lift your hips up again, a little higher. And then lower. And then lift them up as high as you possibly can. And then tuck your right hand under your bottom and your left. And lift the right leg up. Notice I say things when we don't want to do them. And circle. And reverse. I can hear you. And lower that right foot. Lift the left leg up. And circle. And reverse. And lower that left foot. Lower your palms to the mat and slowly lower your hips down. And bring your knees to your chest and gently rock them back and forth. I'm going to move my chair. Okay, now bring your soles to the mat. And then bring your legs straight up. And then point your toes and flex. And then point and flex. Point and flex and hold them. You should feel a nice stretch in the back of your calves. And point. Now it's in the front. And then come back to neutral feet, whatever that means. And you're going to press down with your palms and you're going to roll up just a little bit. Lift your bottom off the mat and lower. And then lift them up a little more and lower. This is called plow. So as you lift, your legs are going in back of your head. You're like, yeah, right. I know, I can hear you from your living room or wherever you are. I can hear you. And then lift them up a little more. And then get your feet over your head. Get your legs over your head and your toes to the mat. This is plow. And then lift your legs up and slowly lower down. Place your soles to the mat. Breathe. And lift both legs up to the ceiling. Yep, it's that time. Tuck your hands under your bottom. You got it, peeps. Got to do some ab work. I'm not even going to say the word. We're going to go to 1 o'clock, both legs to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6, we're hovering. We love to hover over the mat. It's burning, I know. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Take a nice breath. Go to 11, 10, 9 o'clock. Oh, I said it. 8, 7, 6. Hover, hover, hover. Feel the burn. You'll love me tomorrow. I know you will. 5, 4, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1, and 12. Release your hands, bend your knees, soles to the mat. Now bring your knees into your chest and hold on to your knees with your palms and gently rock up. Try not to let your feet touch the mat and slowly rock back and rock up and rock back. Now this time tuck your chin to your chest and rock up and rock back and rock up and rock back. And one more time, rock up and hold it. So your feet are off the mat if possible. And then slowly rock back of your head to the mat, and place your soles to the mat, arms by your side. Breathe. I feel the love. I feel it. Now we're going to place our knees to our chest, and we're going to rock up. And we're going to turn forward to the mat and cross our legs. Just take a breath for a moment. Take a drink. And we're going to turn, and we're going to come to our bellies. I want to squish the mic. So forehead to the mat, or you can make gentle fist and rest your forehead on your fist. And then place your forearms to the mat and your palms are on the mat. We're going to curl our toes. We're going to clasp our hands. So we're holding on to our hands. Our toes are tucked. And we're going to come up a little bit. We're going to bring our body up to baby dolphin. And then lower your body down. Sink your head down to your hands. And just breathe. And then come up And since that all felt so good, we're going to come into full dolphin. Okay? Okay? Yeah. Everybody agrees. So we're going to tuck our toes, bring our body up, and then we're going to walk our feet closer to our hands. And this is dolphin. Your forehead can be on your hands or the mat. And then walk your feet out. Keep your body off the mat if you can. And push your body forward. This is swimming dolphin. And back. And forward. And back. One more time forward. And one more time back. And then lower your body down. Palms up and rest on one side of your face. So untuck your toes and then rest on the other side of your face. Now forehead to the mat, and you're going to bend your right knee and your left, and you're going to hold on to your right foot with your right hand and your left foot with your left hand, and stay right here. Or to come up into bow, you push your hands into your feet and your feet into your hands, and you lift your torso, your chest, your head, and your knees into bow. And lower. And then lift. And lower. One more time, lift and hold. And lower. Arms by your side. And rest on one side of your face. And rest on the other side of your face. Now we're going to extend our arms straight out, our forehead to the mat. We're going to come into superheroes, because getting through this, we're all superheroes. So we're going to lift our arms, our legs, our head, and our chest into superhero. And lower. And lift. And lower. And one more time, lift and hold. And lower. Rest on one side of your face. Toes in. Heels out. And toes out, heels in. This is rotating your hips. And then again, toes in. And again, toes out. And then come back to neutral feet. So I asked my yoga teacher, when I do bow or superhero, if I get out of breath, and you probably heard me, and I said, is that normal? And she said, absolutely, because you're opening up your chest when you're pushing with your chest muscles, believe it or not. So If you're out of breath, it's normal. But just breathe. Slow it down. And now we're going to place our forehead to the mat. No, in fact, we're going to bend our left elbow and place our forehead to our left forearm. And stay right here. Or extend that right arm near your ear. And stay here. Or extend that left knee, right knee out to the side into half frog. And then slowly bring it back. And then switch hands. So it's left arm straight out. And you're resting your forehead on your right forearm. Curl your left toes and extend that left knee out. And then come back. And then place your palms down. And then have your palms halfway between your chest and your waist. Forehead to the mat. We're going to come into Cobra. So squeeze those elbows into your side. And lift your head, your torso. You can extend your arms straight. Palms are on the mat. And then gently lower down. And then lift up. And lower. And one more time, lift. And if you choose, bend both knees and back bend a little bit to King Cobra. And then lower your feet and slowly lower down. Rest on one side of your face and breathe. And then we're going to come back to seated. And we're going to have our soles together. As I said, if it's not comfortable, just cross your ankles. And we're going to turn to the right so we have palm on each side of our right knee. And we're going to inhale up and exhale, forehead to right knee. And then come to center. And then bring your palms over to the left knee. So your palms are on each side of your left knee. Inhale and exhale, forehead to knee. And then slowly come up. Hold on to your feet and just breathe. Tom, I need a time, but I'll have to look myself. And now we're going to get in our chairs. A few more poses. And as promised, yes, Pauline, we are going to bicycle. We didn't do it for a couple of weeks. So we're going to hold on to the back of the chair. We're going to lean forward. No leaning on the back of the chair. Well, if you have to, go ahead. But lean back and just lift your knees up, just for now. And then lower. And then lift. And lower. And then lift and hold, and you can let go of the chair. Arms out to a T. Use your core. And lower. Take a breath. And now, dedicated to the ones I love, we are gonna bicycle. Lean back. Knees up and pedal. Oh, this is lovely. The scenery is beautiful. Let go. Circle your arms. It's fun. Breathe. Don't think about it. Reverse. I didn't make that noise. And then lower. Sit back in the chair and take a breath. And then hold on to the side of the chair with your right hand. And then lift your left arm up to the ceiling and come over to the right. Stretching again. And then come up. And then it's left hand to the seat, right arm near your ear, and come over to the left. And then come up. And then lower that hand down and take a breath. Now come to the seat of the chair, edge of the seat. Plant your feet firmly on the floor or the mat and walk your hands down just till you feel the stretch. And then a little more. And I know we can get our forehead to our knees. I said it nice and quietly. And then walk it back up. And breathe. Now you can stay in the chair if you choose to, or you can come back on the mat. And you can sit on the mat. And you can place your legs, your calves on the seat of the chair, or just stay seated in the chair. And then left elbow down, right elbow down, and come to lying down. So the back of your legs are on the seat of the chair. You're going to bring the chair in so you can hold on to the legs. And you're going to lift your hips up a little bit. And then lower. And then lift them up a little more. And lower. And then lift them up as high as you can. If you want to place your soles to the bottom of the chair, go for it. And then slowly lower down. And then one more pose. Extend your arms out to a T. And just lift your right leg up and circle it. And then reverse. and lower, and the left leg up, and circle. And reverse, and lower. Now you can stay here for your Shavasana, the final resting pose, or you can move the chair away and lay flat on the mat or sit up, whatever you want to do. This is your time to relax. So I want us all to relax everything. And we're going to start with the bottom of our feet and the top of our feet. We're going to relax our inner thighs and our outer thighs. Relax our hips that we kept turning. Soften the muscles in your belly. If you want to place your hands on your belly and just feel your breath going in and out. And do the same for your chest. Oops, sorry, Mike. And just breathe in and out. And then place your palms back down. Relax your shoulders. I always say we hold so much tension in our shoulders. So bring your shoulders up to your ears and then lower them back down. And then lift them up and then lower them. And one more time. And lower and soften your shoulders. And soften your arms and your fingers. Wiggle your fingers. Release all that tension in your neck. If you hold on to your neck on each side with your palms and gently turn your head one side and the other, you might hear some cracking. I know I do. And come to center and chin to chest. And then forehead back, head back. And then come to center. And soften the muscles in your face. Whatever you're doing, if you're sitting in the chair, your feet are on the chair, your legs are on the chair, you're lying on the mat, just melt into it. And bring your palms together to your heart center. And come to seated if you are laying down, or you can stay laying down. Inhale your head up and exhale your head down. And as I end every class, I say namaste, the light in me shine in you. Namaste, and thank you. So I want to do a little roll call. So we have Joanne and Dorothy. We have David, Tracy, Helen. Oh God, they're still together, Tracy and Helen. We have Susan and Karen, Michael and Ray. We have our yoga workshop sign. Tom and Bill are in the back. Maureen and Catherine. Angie and Tiffany. And Pauline and Pat. Thank you for joining me this week. Next week, remember, have a belt, or if you have one of those bands that we use, have that, or you can use nothing. Even a sock will do. That stretches out. But thank you for joining me in yoga. Be safe, be healthy, follow the rules. We'll get back. Thank you.